Group writes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seeks separation of Yoruba from Nigeria, gives deadline. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to today's headline we brought for you this morning. As our headline for today says that Group writes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seeks separation from Yorubas from Nigeria, gives deadline. Well, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement (YSDM), led by Professor Bandi Akintoye and Chief Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Ala Sunday Igboho, has written an open letter forwarded to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seeking a peaceful separation of the Yoruba people from Nigeria. The letter, dated April 17, 2027, outlined the reasons for the session request, including widespread violence and killings by Fulani herdsmen, destruction of farms, villages and other assets, kidnapping and extortion for ransom, intent to seize indigenous homelands for a Fulani homeland. The YSDM claims that between 2015 and 2024, Fulani herdsmen have killed an estimated 29,000 Yoruba people. They argue that restructuring Nigeria will not address this concern, as the Fulani would still have the right to enter Yoruba territory and cause harm. The letter requested that the Nigerian federal government agree to a negotiation within 2 months by June 15, 2024. Establish a negotiation team. Invite the international observers from the United Nations, African Union and Economic Community of the West African States, that is the ECOWAS. The YSDM promises to provide a list of negotiation team once the government responds to its request. The letter comes a week after armed agitators attempt to invade the Oyo State government house to hoist their flag. Both Akintoye and Igboho have distanced themselves from this violent act. And that is all we have under this headline for us today, which says that Group writes Tinubu seeks separation of Yorubas from Nigeria, gives deadline. Well, it is said that the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, a group called the YSDM, led by Professor Banji Akintoye and Chief Sunday Adeyemo, who is also known as Sunday Igboho, they wrote an open letter and they forwarded that letter to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stating that the people of the Yoruba land, Nigeria, want a peaceful they want a peaceful leave from Nigeria. They are planning not to leave Nigeria peacefully without the cause of any violent action, And they also brought, and the letter was dated that the letter was written on April 17, 2024. They also outlined the reasons for this session request, including they outlined the reasons why they want to leave Nigeria, why they don't want to be a part of the country we all know as Nigeria, why they want to be on their own. And the outlined reason says that widespread violence and killing by Fulani herdsmen, stating that they cannot bear the widespread of violence and killing by the Fulani herdsmen, by the people in the north. They can't stand it anymore. And they say that they also can't stand the destruction of their farms and villages and other of their assets. They say they can't take that anymore. And they say they can't also take the kidnapping and extortion for ransom. Yes, they say the kidnapping and extortion is going off the graph. The level is going off the graph. They say they can't take it anymore. You kidnap one of their family member, you ask for a huge amount of ransom. You are making them broke. And also, the intends to seize indigenous homeland and for a Fulani homeland. They come to a place, they raid the place, they capture the place, and they call that place their own. They indirectly snatch the homeland of the Yoruba land and calling it a Fulani homeland. That's why they said no, they can't take it anymore. They want to be on their own. They want to be on their own. They want to be the the indigenous people of the Yoruba land. They want to be on their own. They wrote this letter, they wrote everything in and stated everything they want, also their demands. And the YSDM claims that between 2015 and 2014, the Fulani herdsmen have killed about estimated 29,000 Yoruba people. That is over 30,000 people. And they argue that restructuring Nigeria will not address these concerns. They say that they have killed 29,000 Yoruba people from 2015 to 2024, and they say that even though you try to develop Nigeria, it won't help in all this matter. That's why they just want to be on their own, saying that their own security may give them the life they want. They argue that restructuring Nigeria will not address this concern, as the Fulani will still have the right to enter Yoruba territory and cause harm, saying that yes, even though you restructure Nigeria, it won't stop anything, that Fulani can have the right to enter Yoruba land because of this is Nigeria and still cause harm there. So that's why they want to be on their own. They want to ban the Fulani from entering their land. Yes, and causing future harm. And this letter requests that the letter requested that the Nigerian federal government should agree to the negotiation within 2 months by June 15, 2024. The negotiation that the Nigerian government and the heads of the YSDM should talk concerning this matter, and they should also establish a negotiation team, invite international observers from the UN, that is the United Nations, the AU, African Union, and the ECOWAS, that's the Economic Community of the West African States. Invite international observers from those parties I just mentioned, and the YSDM promises that they will provide a list of the negotiation team once the government responds in request. That's once the government accepts the negotiation request. And this letter came after the armed agitators attempted to invade the Oyo State and to hoist their flag in the Oyo State House of Assembly. Well, both Akintoye and Sunday Igboho, they distanced themselves from the violent act, meaning that they were not part of this violent act that recently happened in Oyo State, Ibadan. What do you guys think about this matter? I want you all to drop your comment in the comment section concerning this, and also and don't forget to leave a like on this video.